And as we launched the strategic plan this evening here in Dublin Castle, and this is our third attempt to try and do it, last November, in March, and this evening, you know, a plan is just a means, as a means to an end. It's not an end in itself. You know, so the implementation of what it is that's in that document that you probably have at the moment is really what will drive Glencree forward for the next 5 years. And we're really lucky to have a CEO like Niamh who will be charged with the implementation and the driving of that forward. The plan itself, crafted at a time and influenced by the consequences of the decision by our nearest neighbour to leave the European Union, a country we are culturally, socially and economically closely connected to it. I'd say if I was to ask any of you here, you will have either worked in the UK, or your children will work in the UK, or your grandchildren will work in the UK. So the common travel area and us coming and going as we have done, you know, since the foundation of the state and before, is just a core part of the relationship that exists within this island. And it's a bit fractured at the moment and a bit contentious, but at some level, you know, we have to work through it. Throughout 2021, despite the pandemic, we asked key questions of our stakeholders, of ourselves, and of other relevant outsiders and insiders. Were we still relevant? Was there a role for us as a peace centre here on this island? And who were we now, as distinct as to who we were? We commissioned research from the Centre for Conflict Development and Peacebuilding in Geneva to look at the external environment in a Europe and a world which was becoming polarised politically, where multilateralism was being undermined and democracy was being eroded. They're like all big questions, and for us, where could we contribute best within all of that? We did further research and looked at Ireland and in the UK and looked to see where the potential collaborations could be there between us so that we could in some way magnify the contribution that we could make. As part, we also had 30 interviews conducted really for our future direction, and it was kind of gratifying to hear after all that our reputation remains characterised by non-partisanship, independence and confidentiality after almost 5 decades of working for peace. And I suppose we recognise that the future of peace matters not just in Ireland and not just to Ireland, but in places where there is no peace, no hope of peace. We stand for the possibility that there can be peace anywhere when we act on what really matters to us. So our approach today is characterised by informal diplomacy, facilitating dialogue with groups and individuals, supporting developing networks and relationships, sharing what we have learned, building capacity, providing education in an increasingly polarised and noisy environment, and we promote public discourse and the importance of democracy. So when you look at those 5 objectives that we have there, they're very simply known. In a sense, there is a strong practical commitment to peace on this island, to peace between these islands, a strong commitment to intercultural peace and understanding on this island, and a strong commitment to the creation of a centre of excellence in practical peace building on the Glencree campus and virtually. And the first workshop we held just recently on starting down that road. A strong commitment to collaboration with agencies and organisations and partners. And as Niamh mentioned, we are very proud to be a partner with the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, and with our other partners who support us, the Community Foundation of Ireland, the Tomar Trust, the Mount Street Trust, the Oblate community, and our members and our friends. And as well as bringing funding, which of course is important and really important, but they also bring their support and expertise and their eyes in a different world, really, that adds to our world.